everybody, and welcome, and hope you can hear and see us okay. Should be able to. I've been monitoring it on my iPad, and everything looks fine. And it's frosty here today. It's -3, so winter's approaching, but not as bad as the people in Buffalo.
Oh no, actually, like people in Buffalo, are not that far away from, are only about 2 hours away from us, got hammered with snow, and
Yep.
and our area has literally no snow.
We don't have any snow, so but they always get hammered. That's just the way it works that way. So who is here? Hello, Mary Ann. Hello, Laura. Hello, Christine. Hello, Cheryl, Pamela, Sue, Lynn, Shirley, Tracy, Kelly, Janet. Hello, y'all. Sun is out right now in Detroit.
Very cold.
Minnesota's in the house. Green Quilts is here. And Suzanne is here. Windy and rainy in PEI. Quilting with Stephanie is here. Hello, Stephanie. And Francis is here. So we'll just start here in just a second after we get everybody in. Laura says they have about 4 inches in Guelph of snow. Yeah, we never get snow here like everybody else because of the lake. We're affected by the lake. And Kelly says we've had nothing but sun for the last week here in the Fraser Valley of BC. Yep.
Yep, it's -3 today, which is 26 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Yeah, still warm.
Just below freezing.
Still warm. So, yeah. But anyways, well, nothing you can do about it. It's
actually kind of sunny today, so it's just cool out.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't been out.
Oh, I know, briefly.
Yeah.
It is actually feel pretty cold.
Does it? Oh.
Yeah, we're at that stage where it hasn't gotten really cold yet. And it's the part where I don't know about any of the other Canadians, but I always find that when it gets to -3 or something, it feels really cold. But then after a winter in the spring, if it's -3, it begins to feel warm.
Melena's here. Hello, Melena. Julie's here. Geez, Julie, you're breaking your own records, I guess. Yeah, well. Anyways,
hi, Andy.
Andy's here. Hi, Andy. So I guess we've done the weather report. So let's do the Wally report. What's Walter been working on? So let's see your creations.
I've been embroidering up a storm because I want to do all these bags, but I only got, so far, I've got 3 bags worth of embroidery, but I want to do some more. But anyway.
3 bags full. Well, are you going to show them? Or are you
yeah, anyway, so some of these I showed on So Chatty. So if anybody watched So Chatty, you'll see them again. So I've got this one. I always wondered, this one isn't as big as I thought it would be. So anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not really centered either.
Yeah. We have a little story.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I've got this one. This will be the other side of the bag. So that's that. And then
hi, Sherry.
This is another bag's worth. This is a Christmas tree bag. So this is one embroidery for Christmas trees. And then the other embroidery for Christmas trees is this one, which I like. And then the 2 that are really difficult to do,
Heidi,
I have on another bag. Well, not difficult to do. They're just very time consuming. Is this one?
Yeah.
It's I can't see. It's a village with a snowman. It took a long time to embroider out.
Yeah. Hi, Dale.
And this one took the longest to embroider out. Oh my God. I had like 44 thread changes on it.
Color changes, you mean?
Yeah, no, there were duplicate colors, but they were thread changes.
Oh, okay, well.
So
whatever.
This one. Oops, I got lots of thread on.
You got a thread on there. Oh, I don't know. That one looks a little busy.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
I do like this one though.
Hi, Cheryl.
And I think I might make another one, even though it takes a long time.
Yeah, well, you got nothing better to do. Mm-hmm. It's not like you're putting up my light.
No.
Haven't got around to that yet.
So that's my embroidery projects.
Which will become bags. They will become bags. Or whatever. Now, someone asked, let's see, back it up here. Someone asked me, oh, Julie says, do you guys have an ornament tutorial using fabric? I have one that I did several years ago. It's for a no-sew fabric star that you can use to hang on your Christmas tree or whatever else you want. Where that is, it will be under the Idiot Quilter, probably in the very early episodes. I can't remember what episode it was. I think I did one on it because it wasn't my idea. It was Kate from the Last Homely House. She did this. If you do a search for fabric star ornament, I think you'll find either Kate's or mine. And as I said, mine was Kate's. And I think I did a tutorial on it, but she's got a really good tutorial too. So just do a search in YouTube for fabric star ornament or star fabric ornament, something like that. And I think you'll find it. It's a real easy thing to do.
Most of, somebody said, where did I get my designs? Most of my designs have either come from Embroidery Online or Urban Threads.
Yeah, Urban Threads. You get your lot from Urban Threads. Which are all owned by the same company, but
I'm not sure if I got them from anywhere else. I'd have to look around. The one with the Santa sleigh was a special one I got a couple of years ago. I had to buy another package of ones to get that one. That was a freebie. But that one took a long time to embroider.
When Julie wants to know, someone wanted to know, I'm just trying to catch up. Tracy says, where did you get your designs, Walter? Well, you already said that. Francis says, what other fabrics do you use for bags, Walter?
What other fabrics? Well,
I guess because you usually make the same kind of bag.
Yeah, I usually make the same kind of bag. It's just, I'd have to run upstairs and get a bag. Actually, I'll run upstairs and get a bag and show you the design that I do.
Okay, he's going to get that for you. But in the meantime, I'll catch up here on what people are asking. Oh, thank you, Kathy, for thinking about me. Yes. So Julie, you did find Kate's video on the fabric star. Yeah. It's a great little project. You can, after you've done the first one, after that, you can knock them off fairly quickly. And they make nice little Christmas tree ornaments, or I put them on gifts and things like that. Actually, I'd kind of forgotten about those. I should make some more of those at some time. Kelly says, I've done those no-sew star ornaments too. I got the idea from Shabby Fabrics. The Wisdom Preserved ladies have a good tutorial too. Yeah, I think everybody's got a tutorial about those. And Julie says Shabby Fabrics has a tutorial for cathedral window ornaments. Oh, haven't seen that one. Have to look it up. So here's what Walter's bags look like.
This is the one with the trees on it. I just do a simple tote type bag, right, with handles, right? But I have an outside pocket here, which you can use. And then I don't have any pockets inside. It's just lined with fabric on the inside. The bags this year will have more of a more Christmassy type fabric on it. And then I use a plain fabric when I do the fold here. And then I use my stitches on my sewing machine, my decorative stitches, to put a nice border on it.
I told you his bags are couture. Mine are utility.
But they're just a type of tote. Easy, nice, pretty. You can do your grocery shopping or do whatever you want.
I don't know. I think it's a little busy.
I think so.
You tell me that mine look busy. Yeah, all the time. Hi, Brenda. Well, it's sunny in Vancouver. Yeah. Is that so? And what else you've just been doing those?
Yeah.
Just working away like nobody's business. It's a good thing I can go to sleep when that sound of that embroidery machine's on. It doesn't bother me at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, that one that I did, the sleigh, I started at 6 o'clock last night, or 5 o'clock last night. I didn't finish it till 2 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, I stopped for a little while, so.
And hello, Lynn. And she says Erica Arndt has a recent one for fabric stars that she's adapted for less fabric waste. Well, you might have to look those up too. Francis says, very nice. Thanks for sharing. I've seen a lot of bags with cork and other fabrics, so I wasn't sure what type of bags you make. I've never done anything with cork. Have
No,
you?
I haven't done anything with cork. I did talk to a lady that was into bag making at the store that we go to. And she said that cork, she told me at the time, she said she liked the look of cork, but she didn't think the bags would be very durable.
Oh, no? That's interesting. I know a lot of people make bags with cork. That's very, very popular.
Now, I don't know if that's true. She just seemed to think that she didn't feel that the bags would be very durable.
Well, speaking of bags, I will have up on Tuesday the interview I did with Bags by Myrna. She's out west as well. She's a Canadian, and she makes some really beautiful bags. So, like, her bags are actual, more like purses, or, you know, there's one that she was showing during the interview, and it's very chic looking, and it has leather straps. I'm not sure what she uses, a variety of fabrics in her bags too, and I'm pretty sure she's done some with cork as well.
Well, Cheryl said she's used cork, and she said it holds up well. So.
Oh, okay, so there you go. Oh, hi, Eddie. I'm back. What did I miss? Your life. Your life, Eddie. You're back. You're back from where? Yeah,
back
but
from
in Canada,
outer space.
Yeah, back from outer space. What planet were you orbiting? Never mind. So, anyways, yeah, I have a few things to show too. Now some of these I showed yesterday on So Chatty, but I'll just get mine up here. So I have my bags, but my bags are what do you call them? Not Unitarian.
Utilitarian.
That's the word I want. Utilitarian. They're functional. They're very functional.
Mine are functional.
Yeah, okay, fine. So here are all my bags laid out. You can see mine are a little bit more simple than Walter's. I did get fancy with one bag by accident, and I wish I'd made this mistake earlier, because this one right here has a different color at the very top of it. The rest are all like a single color kind of a thing with the embroidery on them. A little busy here, I guess, according to Walter. But this one, what happened was I was doing my box corners, and this was my very last bag out of the 12 that I was making, and I positioned the bag in the wrong direction, so the pattern was in the wrong way. My embroidery on it, you can't see, it's partially covered up, would have been sideways. And I thought, oh crap. And I didn't have any more of my quilted fabric. That was the end of it, kind of a thing, and at least pieces that were big enough to make bags from. And I thought, well, I'll just chop off 2.5 inches, because that's how big the box corner was, from the top of the bag. It'll be a little shorter bag. It'll still be functional. But then, so I did that, but then I got thinking, wait, I have some more of the red quilted fabric. Why don't I just take a 2.5-inch strip of that and sew it to the top? Because no one's going to see the join, because I line my bags as well. So that's hidden, behind the lining. So that's what I did, and I kind of liked it. Now I kind of wish I'd made that mistake earlier on, because I might have done that with all the bags, because it wasn't any real big effort to do it, and it just added another dimension to it. But I'm done making bags. I've got 12 of them. That will do. That has to do. Now, Stephanie, so far, here's how far I've gotten with your quilt, with the Mosaic Stars quilt. Now, I thought that I was, okay, I've got 15 stars made up there. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay, that's all I need. Then I read the instructions again. No, I need 30. 30 of the suckers. So I thought I was going to be done it sooner than I was, but I'm not. Now I've got to make another 15 stars. I have the pieces all cut out. I just have to get on with that. So Stephanie, I'm going to be a little bit delayed before I get this done. And this must make a really big quilt with those stars. So I may not make the full 30. I'll see. Um, and I'll tell you why I'm holding back on really big quilts these days. But before I tell you that, I'll show you this. So this one you've seen, that's the block of the month one called Lakeside. Um, I have now put it on Lucy yesterday. It's all been quilted. I just have to put the binding on, and I've got my binding made for it, and tomorrow I'm going to sew the binding on and it will be done. But here's the problem. My, and Walter will go, I told you so. My Lucy is only a 10-foot table. So it can handle, this is a large quilt. This quilt's about 96 inches, 95 inches by 96 inches. So it's a big quilt. I can get one on Lucy that size, but what I did yesterday, and I have a tendency to do this, I cut my backing fabric just a little too short on the edges. And I bought a pre-made bundle of backing fabric. It's called Fit for a Queen, and it's 110 inches long or wide, and it is 3 meters of it. It comes pre-packaged. I buy it through Whirls and Swirls, the place where I got my long arm. And I really like their fabric, backing fabric. It's got a nice weight to it. It's good quality fabric. And the price isn't bad either for it. So I got that all laid out onto Lucy, and it's a little bit wider than Lucy is. So I cut off a little bit of that, figuring I still had plenty on either side. Yeah, when I put the batting on and then I threw the quilt top on top, I realized, ooh, I'm just at the edge. I had enough, but you know, when you quilt something, it always squishes things down a little bit. So that gave me a little bit of a problem. I was doing edge-to-edge design, but I got over that. But then I came to the bottom. I had 1/2 row of the design to do. And I was at the edge of my leaders with the fabric. The leaders were hanging out in space with the fabric attached to it. Now, I went in and I'm using my computerized program, and there's a way you can exclude what you don't want. And I was having a lot of problems with that. And I wasn't getting it to line up properly. And then I realized what was happening was that the arm, the carriage, with that, you know, that the needle is attached to and everything, was bumping into, when it was coming forward, it was bumping into the leader bars, the red snappers that clamp your quilt down to it. And that was causing me some grief. So I'm trying to think, what am I going to do? And so I came up with an idea. Now, this isn't the way you're supposed to do it, but that piece that I had cut off from the edge of the backing fabric was about, a good 8 inches in width, but it was the full length of the quilt, actually with a little to spare. So I laid it on top of, at the very edge, about a 1/4 inch up on the border of the quilt at the bottom, and I used the long arm to stitch it together. Then I took the red snappers off so that the quilt was no longer being held onto the leader, and I reattached that bottom part that I had just sewn onto the leader, and that gave me enough space that the carriage wouldn't bump into the leaders. And I was going to cut off that edge anyway, so it wasn't a big problem with it. But I figured it out, I got it to work, and so it's all quilted, it's all squared up. I just have to put the sashing on it. But that is why I am not going to do any quilts from here on in that are larger than about 90 or 92 inches across in width. Because it's just, I gotta have a little bit of leeway. Even though I could put a bigger one on, it's just a little bit more tricky. Of course, Walter's going, you should have got the 12-foot. We had room for the 12-foot. I said, no, we didn't have room for the 12-foot.
Yes, we did.
He says, yes, we had room for the 12-foot. Yeah, well, never mind, we did not. So, not without having to do limbo around it all the time.
No, not really. I mean, it's only like 2 feet longer. And you had space on one side and then the space
Yeah,
on
but
the
now
other
when I
side.
put my tables like I have now up there.
So, well, then you would have made room for it.
Too late now, bite me.
It's not my fault.
Okay, what this is, as we move on, these are just the bits and pieces so far in the next block of the month that I'm doing. And I've shown you the applique part. This quilt has more applique to come. But this represents 3 months of instructions. I have no idea where these parts that are sitting off to the side that aren't attached to anything, how those all fit in yet. I don't know. But I guess we'll find out. It's going to be a very pretty quilt when it's done. I like the color scheme in it. And guess what I got, people? I got the Missouri Star Quilt Jenny's Countdown to Christmas box. It came the other day. I have not opened it yet. I am not going to open it. You know, there's 24 things in this box, each one for each day of Advent, and that's what I'm going to do. And what I'll do is, with my videos in December, I will show you what that week I opened before it. So I'm not going to do one each day. I'll save them up and show you a bunch of them at one time, kind of a thing. But I'm not going to open it until December the 1st. And I actually have another box, and I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I have another Christmas countdown box coming from Kawartha Quilt too, so that'll be fun as well. So I'll have 2 boxes to show you. And if anybody's got Jenny's box and you've already opened it, I do not want to know what's in it. There are some spoiler alerts out there with people who are opening them up in advance, and Jenny asked people not to do that.
Yeah, as if people listen.
Yeah, well, they didn't. There was one back about 2 weeks ago or so, got hers, and she was already going to open up. So I turned off her video. I'm not watching it. No, I don't want to know. That's the whole point of getting this. It's supposed to be fun. So, and it should be for what it cost me, because this little sucker was over 300 bucks Canadian for it. It's 169 American, but between shipping and our exchange rate, actually the shipping was the cheaper part of it all, because she's got a flat rate now, and she includes duty or
Yeah, it's our
that.
exchange rate's really bad.
Yeah. So it better be worth it. But I'm pretty sure it will be, because I've watched over the last few years when Jenny's been doing these, and yeah, they're kind of nice. So I'm looking forward to that, but not till December the 1st. Okay, so let's see what people are saying once I get out of this screen. Okay, so let's back her up here. Oh, so many people came on while we're talking there. Okay. Cheryl, Selena. Selena's here. Hi, Selena. Frances says she's made tote bags and wants to delve into more types, so I'm trying to absorb as much as possible. Well, Frances, you probably know this already, but check out By Annie bags. I have made several of her different bags, and she's got quite a variety of them. And her instructions are very, very detailed, very clear, and most of them have a video tutorial. Now, I think usually what she does with the video tutorials, they aren't free. You can get an add-on link for the video tutorial for whatever pattern you buy for an extra $5 American. But I love her bags. I've made a number of them over time. In fact, I've got a few more I want to make. That's projects for the new year. I might become more involved in bag making in the new year. I'm just looking at what people say. Hi, Heidi from New Brunswick. Yay. She's hand quilting her latest quilt top. Well, you deserve a medal or you're sucker for punishment. Thanks, Dee. Yes, I have been very busy, but you want to know something? I've been working on Christmas stuff since August. You know, like half a year. I'm damn sick of it. I'm damn sick of Christmas. Bah humbug, as you saw in the title for this today. Love tie mosaic star quilts. I love the white background for the blocks. Yeah. There actually, that pattern is called, or the fabric line is called Poured. Walter bought it for me last Christmas. Big huge box of 80 fat quarters, the whole line in there, and I've been waiting for a pattern that would show them off, and Stephanie's pattern is definitely going to do that. And Laura says, Stephen, how do you like your MacBook Pro? Oh, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I love to hate it. No, I like it, but I'm still, even though I've had it since what, May? I'm still finding little things about it that make me annoyed. I've always said this about Apple products. Apple does not want you to have control over your computing life. They want to control you. And I don't like that.
I don't believe that's true.
I do.
Well, I think it's the problem is that Apples are based on Unix systems
and of course you know all
stuff,
about
yeah.
Unix systems, so yeah, blah blah.
And
blah,
Unix operates differently than that.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, generally speaking, though, I don't regret making the purchase and making the move to Mac. Because there are a lot of things about it that I do like, especially when it comes to like editing videos or a few other things too on it. But it's definitely different from using a Windows computer, and I'm still not totally, absolutely as comfortable with it as I was with a Windows computer. Kelly says, I really like the Star Blocks. Gorgeous fabric you're using too. Thank you. The mosaic stars come out 76 by 89. You will have room to quilt it. Okay, that's good to know. Thanks, Stephanie. Yes, every quilt has its own story, that's for sure. I've got a million of them. I don't think there's ever been one quilt that I have made where there isn't some little tale of, well, this was different. Oh, one thing I didn't tell you people about today, and Walter will probably scoff at this. So that one, the color, not the color splash, the Lakeside block of the month one I showed you, that the big one that I just talked about putting on my long arm. Well, when I got it all squared up today on my table, I turned it over. I had a hole in it. Not in the top. It was in the backing. I had a little tear. And I don't know how that happened, unless it happened when I was putting it on this table, and it's pretty heavy and big. Maybe I caught it on, I think I caught it on my scissors. But I have fixed it. I didn't actually mend it. What I did was I took some of the backing fabric that I had used on it, and it's a very busy backing fabric, and I cut a little square out. I steam-to-seamed it over the hole, and I made sure my steam-to-seam was right to the edges so the fabric won't fray. And then, just to be extra secure, I put a little fray check all the way around it, and you can't find it. Well, Walter would be able to, but it's not a big thing. It's only a little one. But rather than trying to stitch it, and I think it'll hold up in the wash okay, because I've used steam-a-seam and other things before, and it seems to. But well, time will tell. But I was really ticked off when I saw that. So yes, every quilt has a story. In my case, every quilt has a story of wool in it. So let's see, what's that? Julie says, never mind. We did not. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. I lost the train of thought there. Kelly says she doesn't do big quilts either. It's still tricky to sew the dang things together. Well, they're so bloody heavy. You know? Like this one tomorrow, when I put the binding on it, it's going to be a bitch. I can extend my...
You can't buy a binding machine for that.
You can buy an attachment for your sewing machine. Janome has one. They're like about $200. And I don't know how well they really work. It's not actually that. It's the weight of it. And so I have a little extension table that I built that fits off to the side of my other extension table on my sewing machine. And that helps me keep the weight off and everything over to the left, kind of a thing. But still, you know, it does say they're a bitch. They're heavy. Who would have thought fabric could be that heavy? Ron's here. Hi, Ron. For the rarity that you have a quilt large, it's easier to farm it out. Well, if worse came to worse, if I made a quilt that was like a large queen size, I don't think I'd ever make a king size. I could go down to Whirls and Swirls and put it on the millie, which is the biggest.
Yeah, she has
runner.
12 and 14 foot tables,
Yeah.
so.
And I could do it down there. But I wonder if she'd let me use the computerized system now that I have one
Maybe.
to do that. But I don't really want to do that. Also, I don't know. Big quilts. Yeah, I used to scoff at it. I used to see people saying, "Oh yeah, they made lap size. That's all they made," or that kind of thing, with it.
Yeah,
And
but what if you want to make one for a bed?
let them buy a blanket. I don't know. I can still do it.
No, I know. You can make up to supposedly you can make up to a 98-inch wide one on there.
Yes, that's what I said. But which is basically a queen.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can. But the other problem with making large quilts is the time it takes you to make a large quilt, as well. So I don't know. I'll see. If it comes up to that, there are ways around it. What happened here?
I just jumped.
How far did I jump? Okay, I got lost here.
Go back to Ron's message.
Oh yeah, there. Oh, Lynn got the box too. Had to hide it from myself. Yeah, so you haven't opened yours yet either, right? Julie says that's pretty fancy having your own custom printed box for your quilt shop. Oh, you must be talking about Jenny's design on there. Yeah, the box alone is kind of cool, isn't it? Looks like a little suitcase. And Stephanie got hers too.
Cheryl says, "Glad you bought the box. I don't need it. I want to see what's inside."
Yeah. Tracy's waiting to open hers. Geez, Stephanie, maybe we should do a live on Zoom and open our boxes together, like do the first week or something like that, and then comment on how we feel about what we got in it. Let's see what else is being said here. Cheryl says check out Sea Sweetnesses for bags too. Sea Sweetnesses.
Okay.
I don't know what Sea Sweetnesses is, but anyways, the crafted fabric stores around me, Julie says, sell Christmas fabric and craft supplies year round. I don't want them year round. Hanukkah fabric is harder to find. Some years nothing, other years old bolts, but I find the new prints online. Oh, okay. Oh, Kelly doesn't allow Apple products in their house. And Marianne says, can you tell us the name of the fabric you use for the mosaic stars, please? It's called Poured.
It's called Poured by Benetton Fabrics or Benetton?
Where's my box?
Down further.
Oh, right here. Okay, it is designed by a lady called Paula Nadelstern.
Nadelstern.
Nadelstern. It's called Poured Color. And it is by Benartex.
Yeah, Benartex.
Benartex.
And I don't think you can find it anymore.
No, probably not. But I've taken out the ones I'm using for Stephanie's, but here's what I have left in the box. There's no bread.
That box was really good value because I got it on fabric.com, even though it was a US company. And it was a box of 80 fat quarters for $140 US.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Even with the exchange rate, that's pretty good.
But that was last Christmas.
Yeah, it was surgery, Julie. Apple computers are for people who need a computer but do not want to need to learn about computers.
Actually, that's not true.
What?
Apple computers aren't. Apple computers are just a computer based on a Unix operating system. It isn't. You still have to know about computers to use it.
Oh, Ms. Linda Milky is here. I watch your channel. So nice of you to join us. Celebrity in the room. More celebrities. Did I pop up again? That's the one thing I don't like about Apple. Their Magic Mouse tends to be too magic.
Well, mine doesn't. Where mine's works
Of course
fine.
yours
Yours
doesn't.
don't know how to use yours.
Of course, everything you touch is fucking perfect. I'm not getting into it.
If you hit it a couple of times or something like that, it'll pop up something.
Will you pop
you
up
don't
something
do
if I hit
that.
you a couple of times? I could try. Ms. Linda says, I have one of those binding attachments for my Janome and I've never had a good result, but I'm not a gadget girl. Yeah, I've heard that they're not really worth the money. Heidi says, Walter, is that a Guinness? No, I want a Guinness.
No, it's a Kilkenny. Steve has a Guinness.
Yeah. Yes, we should do it, Stephanie. Okay, we'll talk. Hello, Purple Wall.
It's so sweetness bag.
Oh, so sweetness bags. Oh, okay. Yeah, damn autocorrect, right. Yeah, well, there were oranges and yellows too, Stephanie, but I've got a bunch of them pulled out that were both in that picture, and then the ones I've pulled out for the other stars I have to make yet. Sue says you might want to count your gifts in the Christmas box to make sure everything is there. Some quilters have had missing days. I counted mine out and everything is fine, but I just wanted to be sure. Okay, good to know, Sue. I will do that. Thanks. And YouTube making me laugh. My husband watched me to be sure I didn't shake the gifts. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm excited about opening it up. It'll be fun with all of that. So, we went yesterday to Ultimate Sewing and bought more fabric. Like, I bought more Christmas fabric. You bought Christmas fabric, didn't you?
Yeah, about my boring stuff.
Because then I decided now that I might want to make a few more sets of Christmas napkins, maybe with some embroidery on them. Yeah, like I need to stop. I really do. I could open up a gift store for this because I have no idea who's getting this stuff yet. Haven't figured that one out. But anyways, and we're doing well with our grow lights. We have little green shoots of herbs and that, and lettuce is popping up too. I mean, it's only about this big, but I mean, it's there, so we'll see how that works out. Yeah, of course I did. Of course I did, Selena. Like, can't not. Really, so much fabric, so little time. Let's see what else. I've got some more interviews coming up in the next couple of weeks as well, and I just Selena sent me a one tea quilts. I have checked out her YouTube channel, and I've sent off an email to her to see if she'd be interested in being interviewed. Next Saturday, I'm on the guy who sews, Sean's Saturday morning live. We're doing a little trunk show. We're each going to show 5 of our quilts and talk about them. Actually, I pulled up 12. So I have to go in and probably edit that. But I'm going to show quilts that are not, they have a, like someone said, every quilt has a story. Well, these are quilts that have a story behind them. Like my first Australian quilt that I made that I did all out of tea towels. Yeah, you want to talk about a heavy quilt. Check that one out. It'll kill you. So we're doing that next Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. So that's the guy who sews. If you're not familiar, check out Sean's site. Okay, so looks like QP. I haven't heard the latest today.
They're still negotiating until 5.
Well, okay, so the education workers, we talked about those guys a week or so ago. They were out on strike because our government are big pigs. Then they came to some sort of they repealed the law that was basically telling them that it was illegal for them to strike. They went back to the table, and I think they have settled on contract in terms of money, but now they're still negotiating about staffing because they want an early childhood educator in every kindergarten classroom, which this is not a new concept, by the way. I think it was the Liberal government that said they were going to do that. That was the government before this government that's in power right now. And I don't know what happened with that. I think they got some, but not many with that. So I don't know if every kindergarten class had an early childhood educator in there assisting the teacher. So now they want that, and they've set a deadline for 5 o'clock this afternoon, our time. If they don't have a contract, if they haven't had successful negotiations that time, come Monday, the QP workers, the educational supports people are all back out on strike again, and good for
Yeah, well,
them.
I think the government has said, or they're begging QP if they don't have a contract yet to not to go on strike.
No, go on strike. Do not give in to this government. They're bullies in the whole bit. And that stupid Stephen Lecce, who's the Minister of Education. I mean, here's a guy's Minister of Education. One, he doesn't have any children. He's unmarried. Yeah, confirmed bachelor. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Say no more. Say no more. And he went to private school. He wasn't even in part of the public.
He was never in the public education system. In fact, they haven't. He had a guy working with him at one point. He's not there anymore. But there was another guy that was assisting him at one point that was homeschooled all his life.
Yeah.
And he never had been in the education system.
But that's not unusual anyways. They always put ministers into positions where have absolutely no knowledge of how a thing works, you know. Oh, hi, Gail. And Teresa. Kelly says, sorry, but I'm not watching you and Sean at 5 a.m. Love you guys, but no, that's okay. We get it.
That's okay. I wouldn't be watching them either.
No, well, you can catch it on the rerun because Sean always has it up later on again. So, but anyways, yeah, so we'll see what that brings. But I side with the education workers and the QP. Don't give in to this government. That's what this government wants. And then they'll just, walk all over them. So no.
Do any of the public school law changes affect Canadian private schools? Probably not.
Nope.
We're a different country.
Nope. Because, what do you mean it's a different country?
Well, I don't know. Was Julie Canadian?
Well, I don't know. What did you read? Read again.
Do any of public school law changes affect Canadian private schools?
Well, public school, our laws. We have laws. Public school laws.
Yeah, but I doubt they would have. I don't know. It depends on what.
Some would. Some would because they're regulated. Yeah, to a point, but not to the same degree with it, because basically private schools are private businesses. So there isn't that much that affects them. Eddie says, check out Dave's Craft Room channel. Yes, I've already been watching some of his videos. His quilts are very different, and you have to see how he uses a rotary cutter. I cringe every time he uses it. Haven't seen how he uses rotary cutter, but I did see he was showing, he had a little trunk show, and he had one quilt that was made of socks and ties. So the guy certainly is imaginative. There's no two ways about it. Hi, Don. Yeah, so I might reach out to him for an interview or something at some point. I got to watch a few more of his videos first, though. So anyways, that's what's going on in government. So let's talk about Christmas, because especially for the Americans, I know you guys are getting ready because you've got Thanksgiving on Thursday, Black Friday on Friday, and then after that, all hell breaks loose for the Christmas season, right? It's the official start of the Christmas season. Hallmark will have their movies going like crazy. I think they already have them going, but whatever. I love you. I saw you in a snowstorm. Oh, I'm so lonely at Christmas. Oh, look, I found another person also lonely. Let's not be lonely together. I love you. Let's get married. It's great. And that's the basic plot for any Hallmark Christmas movie right there. So anyways, anybody got their Christmas decorations up? I know lots of people start at the 1st of November, like right after Halloween, people start putting them up. We have not. Well, you have an attractive little stump out there, don't you?
Yeah.
Your little pot with the things in it. next door neighbors, they've got their lights up and everything.
Yeah.
Neighbors next door have their inflatable Santa.
No, I haven't put the lights up yet. I usually
You
wait.
wait for the coldest day of the year to do
Yeah,
that.
well, usually I try to wait for a decent day to do it, but I,
Well, we've
I
had several.
yeah, I know. I
But
should have done it.
it's just not cold enough for you yet, is it?
No.
So you can bitch and complain. It's so cold. I'm putting on these stupid lights. It's so cold. Boo. Yeah, whatever. Um. So let's see. People are saying, U.S. private schools have a lot of wiggle room for policy staffing and days in school compared to U.S. public schools. Yeah, it's kind of the same way here too.
Though there isn't, I don't know how many private schools there are here. There
Well, more than you would think.
okay.
I mean, Trinity, Upper Canada College, Quest, and that's just three I know of that are in our own area and things like that.
Yeah,
and let's
cool.
not forget about the Montessori schools, because some of the Montessori
true, yeah.
schools go right up to grade 8 now.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah, and they're private. So, yeah. My family, Julie says, makes holiday cookies with the children instead of going shopping on Black Friday. Well, Black Friday, at least in this country, there are not any deals anymore. And already Amazon has been advertising Black Friday specials and things like that. Well, I don't know. Have you looked at any of those on Amazon?
No, I looked at a few, but I don't know. I'm not. Yeah. There are, depending on what you're looking for, there aren't usually that many real what I call deals. So
no. Cheryl says no decorations till after Thanksgiving. I make it a rule. My decorations do not go up until after December the 1st. And I stick to that. My mother would start right after Halloween. She'd start getting them out, and she'd still be decorating on Christmas Eve. Like, my mother was a freak for Christmas. There was no two ways about it. Kelly says one of those ridiculous Hallmark movies was filming last July when it was 32 degrees. We stood in the brewery where our son works in air conditioning and watched the hilarity. And Julie's washing my mini blinds and putting up my Hanukkah valances and my Hanukkah towels and shower curtains. You have Hanukkah shower curtains? Okay. Yeah, my mother never had a Christmas shower curtain, but she had Christmas towels and everything in the bathroom for that. Patsy doesn't usually decorate until after Thanksgiving, but as I age, I don't decorate much at all. Well, I sort of cut back on the decorations for quite a few years. Then I got into quilting. Guess what? Now I have even more decorations than ever. And if you want to watch something interesting, okay, 2 YouTube channels. Rebecca Robinson of Ken Woven Design. She is a professional interior decorator, but her stuff is over the top. Over the top, but very tasteful. I'll say that. And her son, we just saw him on a video, is extremely good looking. And he's gay. All I want for Christmas is, never mind. But she really, like, you need a small fortune. And she talks about buying things at reasonable prices. Yeah, bull roar. That's one. And then the other one, though, that's completely over the top and needs to be on medication. Christopher Allen. He did a house tour showing everything he's done. Now, I have to say, though, I was really impressed with his fireplace mantle, what do you call it? Garland. It was really quite nice. Probably cost him about $1,000 to make it as well, the stuff he had in it. But it gave me some ideas. And so I have to look at my video I made last year to see what I put up last year. And then I have some other ideas that I want to try this year. I bought picks. Yeah, little things you stick to fill out your tree. I'm not that thrilled with them. I bought them from Amazon, and they're kind of, I don't know. They might look okay once they're in the tree. But I saw this on other things. People seem to be all about picks. Putting these things stuck in everywhere. So I got a bunch of those as well. Of course, Walter's usually sleeping while I'm decorating, and then it's just such a magical moment for him when he gets up and looks around the house and goes, "Oh, you decorated." And I went, and then he says, "I guess I have to put the lights up now outside." Yeah, I could care less actually, but I think those blow up things are the best thing. You just put them in there, put them on the air, they're up, you're done. Whole bit. What are people saying? They
So
inflate the
you gotta
prices.
go back.
I gotta go back here. A lot of chatter today, which is good. Um,
Patsy's.
oh, Francis says I ditched TV, but I missed the classics, Frosty, Rudolph, and such. Thank God for my XM and NHL. Not to mention you all on YouTube. The only Christmas movie I ever watched is Die Hard. And why is Die Hard become associated with Christmas? I can't remember. Was there something
I think
about
there's a Christmas
is there
tree in
Christmas
there.
in it or something? Yeah, everybody talks about that.
Or it was at Christmas time. I
Or
can't
maybe
remember. Yeah.
they inflate the prices, then they increase that and call it a sale. Yeah, that's right, Selena. Um, Best part of Christmas, Francis, is throwing the tree to the curb. Bah humbug, Ron. I sent my son to private school, Teresa said, mostly because the public school in my region had a horrible reputation on all fronts. Academic class size. The school I sent him to had classes of 20 kids. Yeah. Well, yeah, because you pay for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they cater to the
So
parents.
you get to pay education tax and pay for school.
Mm-hmm. I also question the quality of the teachers because I've known several people that worked in the private school system and they were treated like shit.
And they were basically told that they have to give good marks.
Yeah, they were basically told you will have to give good marks because the parents are paying for this. So, yeah. Don't get me started on private schools. I have no respect for them. I don't think they're needed. So, yeah. But I'm not getting into that discussion today because I could be here until tomorrow telling you about why I hate them.
Want to put a Christmas tree up? We take bets on how long it'll take the cat to climb it.
Usually less than 5 minutes, yeah. Now, Cleo...
Yeah, our cat was never a climber. She wouldn't. When we first put up a Christmas tree one time, she'd knock a few balls off the bottom.
Yeah, we had to stop putting the Christmas balls on the bottom branches because she'd go and knock them off. And in the middle of the night, we'd hear something going down the hallway. It was the cat chasing one of the balls that she left. And we were still finding balls from the Christmas tree in like by Easter somewhere that she had stored them. But she never tried to climb the tree. She was not a climber or a jumper, that cat. Now, my mother's cats, especially the one they called Willie, when they had him, yeah, he was right up the tree.
The only thing I had to do was when we first got her, train her not to try and use the houseplants as a litter box.
Yeah, she thought that was kind of fun. Yeah, but she got over that. But actually, talking about cats up the tree, though, of course, everybody has seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, right? And the one with the cat chews on the cord and, electrocutes itself and the whole bit, which is one of the funniest things in the whole movie, I think. But there's a friend of mine on Facebook. He has one of those, the what do they call the family? The Griswolds. One of those, he was drinking his hot chocolate out of his moose cup, the antlers on the edge of it, and you could buy those things. Well, this friend of mine, he's got one. He had a picture of it on his Facebook, and he went, it's that time of the year. Can you guess where this comes from? What movie this comes from? And I wrote back and went, how's the cat? And he wrote back, crispy. And if you've never seen, and who has, if you've never seen the movie, where have you been? My God, you must have just been born yesterday out of it all. But yeah, it still makes me laugh. I love that movie. It's so funny. Julie says, I have a miniature Hanukkah village. I hand paint it like a Christmas village, just Jewish. So, Julie, what makes a Hanukkah village different from a Christmas village? Obviously, no Christmas tree and no nativity scene.
A menorah.
But a menorah. I suppose there's a menorah in it, but I don't know. I never really thought about there being like a Jewish Hanukkah village or kind of a thing. Celine says, I love how Steven says naughty things and Walter has absolutely no reaction. It's because he's stunned.
I'm used to that.
And I'm just looking here at what people are saying. Heidi says, I confess that I'm horrible about decorating. I bake and shop and make and wrap gifts, but I do not decorate. I'm almost finished making candied pineapple for the fruitcake. Oh, do you make your own fruitcake? My mother used to make fruitcake. I bought a piece of fruitcake actually yesterday at the Dutch Village.
It's probably because like I don't have a reaction to what he's saying because I'm probably thinking the same thing. So
yeah, usually. Yeah. Oh yeah, Francis says Die Hard was Christmas time. Okay. I haven't seen that movie in years. Should probably watch it again. Oh, Wendy's here. Hello, Wendy. Back from New Mexico, Palm Springs, and Hamilton, Missouri. Okay, you're a suck. And Don says, I love big quilts and get so tired of all the patterns being so small. I love big quilts. I can't deny. Oh, from that song, I forget what that song is. I love big butts. Kathy says, I have a long buffering. I can't seem to get back. Got back. Okay, good. A Hanukkah village has businesses with Hebrew names like, okay, toy shop, something means happy holiday in Hebrew. Oh, okay. When there, Green Kill says, wouldn't there be a synagogue? And the reeds all have blue nails on them, not red. Bows. Blue bows. Okay, let's spell check again. Yep, got it. He says, I'm still an impressive poker face. Well, he's still an impressive poker face, Walter. You know, poke him in the face. Poker face. But anyway, so speaking of gifts, I have no idea what to buy Walter for Christmas.
Well, I don't have any idea to buy.
Well, actually, I've already bought him some Christmas presents, but he'll probably poo-poo them when he gets them. But I figure if I buy things I like, if he poo-poos them, I win out of it all. He doesn't even give me any suggestions.
I'll give you a suggestion.
Yeah, rough. Bite me. About gifts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Yeah, but anything that I really want, you can't afford.
What makes you
buy me a new car?
Your other one hasn't been stolen yet.
No, not yet.
It's on the list.
Yeah.
Yours is on one of the top ones on the list to be stolen. Who would have thought a Honda CRV? Yeah. The best part about watching Die Hard, Teresa says, is keeping track of the body count. Die Hard 2 causes the debate. Does a plane load of people count as 1 or 200? It sounds like
a drinking game. Sort of sounds like buying peppers at the grocery store.
Yes.
Does that count as one item if you have one? Or if you have 5 green peppers, does that count as one item, or does that count as 5?
No, that counts as 5 items. An item is an item. I have to keep reminding those women that squeeze in there and say, "Oh, I just picking up a few green peppers." Yeah, it says 8 or less. How come you have 64 things? Well, they're all green peppers, and a few other.
I don't have a special serger table because I don't have any room to put it in.
Well, I bought you a cover stitch table.
Yeah, you gave me a cover stitch extension table, and actually it is kind of nice to have. Even though I poo-pawed it when I got it.
Yeah, well, you poo-paw everything, so. Judy says, I made an advent for my man from the liquor store. He will be surprised. Well, that would be fun. But Walter would poo-paw that too. And a kosher butcher shop, a junk dealer, a common business for Jewish immigrants in the 1800s. Wow. It sounds very culturally correct.
My mom made fruitcake. What was his name?
Yeah. Thanks, you are who you eat. No, or what you eat. Thanksgiving week and poured brandy over it several times a week till Christmas Eve, the only decent fruitcake I've eaten. My brother-in-law used to make, I don't think he's done it in the last few years, but he used to make fruit cake as well. And yeah, he put, I think he was lacing it with brandy too. I don't know. Walter, we need a room tour video of your sewing room, just like Stephen did. What are you laughing at?
My room tour.
Yeah. First of all, you have to be able to get into it.
It's like piled high.
I know there's carpeting on the floor in there, but I haven't seen it in years. So, you know.
I've got more stuff in there than the room to put it in, so it's all over the place.
He's a pig. Dale says your bags were amazing. He knows that. Goes right.
My room is 10 by 10. And I've got
filled.
4 sewing machines in it, a desk, and a computer. So,
and a lot of garbage on
and
the floor.
I've run out of places to put my fabric, so it's all over the place.
Well, I made some suggestions, but he poop-potted.
Yeah, I know that.
I said, IKEA has a lot of great solutions in there for it. You could have a whole bank of cupboards up on the wall.
Yeah, I know. I don't want that though.
Why? Oh, because you wouldn't be able to find anything because it's not on the floor.
Leave it.
I don't even go into his room. If I talk to him, I stand on the other side of the door.
Good, that's good.
Yeah, because I'm afraid, that I'll go in there and I'll come out and I don't know what.
Steve's sewing room is nice and big. Mine's nice and tiny.
Yeah, well, it's because I deserve the best. Selena says my grandmother started soaking the fruit in brandy about October. I think this was just what old ladies used to do, and to make an excuse. Oh, I just have a little glass of sherry at Christmas, but I'll have another slice of that cake. Yeah, lots of it. Just pour it right in my glass. Julie, I'd love to see one. Let's convince Stephen to get one to go with his Christmas one. Get what? What are we getting? What should I get? I don't know what we're getting. I lost the train of thought. We won't mind the mess, Walter. Oh, yes, you will.
And no, you can't come and organize it because there's no room.
No, it's just...
Actually, if I cleaned out the closet, I probably would be able to get stuff in there.
Yeah, we'll probably find Jimmy Hoffa. Heidi her fruitcake has dark rum baked right in, and it gets a syrup glaze applied before it's entirely cool. I absolutely love fruitcake, or my family used to call it Christmas cake, because my mother used to make it many years ago, and she'd make about 3 or 4 loaves. She had these graduated tins that it was made in, so you had a big one, and a little slightly smaller, and slightly smaller, slightly smaller, and she'd then freeze it and wrap it all up. Well, the thing was, she'd go down to get something. Why is there a piece missing out of this Christmas cake? Or several? Because we'd raid the damn thing and eat it. And we'd eat it frozen. We didn't care. We just the whole bit. My mother
Everybody's made good writing lots of crap here.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up here.
We'll come over and organize it for you, as that Selena said.
Well, Teresa says a messy room is a sign of creative mind. That's Teresa's excuse. Walter, my room looks like a fabric bomb has gone off. Ugh, his looks like several bombs. Kelly, you can't buy the small bottles anymore. Small bottles of what? Booze? And Lynn says, my bet is that Walter knows exactly where everything is in his room. Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, no.
Yes,
that's what people say that are messy. No, I know where everything is. No,
actually, there's a lady I used to work with, and she had like a desk piled full of papers. And then somebody would say, oh, well, I come in to look for this paper or something. And she would reach into the pile and rummage around, and she'd pull it out.
Not Walter. What you hear is, can't find his car keys, can't find his cell phone.
I haven't done that for a long time. My cell phone, I haven't done that for a long time.
What was it you couldn't find just very recently? And I went through the usual standard, check your pockets. I did, check them again. And there was something, and it was sitting right on your desk. And I picked it up and said, this is what you're looking for? And I forget what it was. It was something. Might have been your wallet.
Could have been.
I don't know. You never puts anything in the same place twice. Francis says, Walter, we're kindred spirits. After Christmas, the living room will become my space, and the spare room will get set up for Jeff and the recliner TV, extra bed, and a warmer room. I'm excited. Okay. Oh, Judy says, Kelly says, Judy, we bought the calendar with the bottles already in it. Oh, you're talking about the booze advent calendar. Cheryl says, my husband stands at the door of my sewing room too. I think he's afraid he won't find his way out if he actually comes in the room, or I'll ask him to fix something with the furniture or fixtures. Yeah, well, basically, I don't know what I'm standing on. That's why I don't go in.
If I I'm the one that ends up fixing it, so I couldn't be asking him to fix anything.
And that is a good thing. Frozen Christmas cake is the best, and Debbie says, and frozen butter tarts. Yes, butter tarts, my favorite food group. Selena says, Stephen, you took too much pride telling us what Walter really doesn't know where his things are. Yeah, because I know where my stuff is.
No, you don't.
I do so. What makes you think I don't? Only thing is, when you borrow something of mine and I go looking for it, I don't know where it's been.
So where's that little 6-inch ruler that you were looking for?
I found it. It's in my ruler rack. See, I knew where it was. I knew it should be there, but it's transparent, so they're invisible. Teresa says, my dad always knew where things were. One year he couldn't find his heavy chain. He started thinking, and sure enough, he walked out into the field right to it. There's a couple things wrong with this. One is, why did your dad have a heavy chain? What was he into? And he walked right out into a field, right to it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, there's a story here. Nancy says, you two are hilarious. Well, we don't try to be.
Mozilla and I make butter tart squares.
No, those aren't butter tarts, sweetie. No, that's the cheater's way of making butter tarts. My mother used to do that too, and you can buy them. Butter tart squares are not butter tarts. Butter tarts have to have a tart. They have to
be
have
a runny
shell.
tart, right?
They have to be a runny tart too. It's very important. When I was teaching at one of the schools years ago that I was at, we had a culinary arts department, and they would make butter tarts. And the chef there, that was Corrine.
She's a master baker.
She's a master baker. Be careful with that. She made the best butter tarts, and we knew there were several of us in my department, and at lunchtime we go in and Corrine made butter tarts today with the kids. Quick. And we'd all go in and get those. And if anybody heard us, man, they're going, is your tart runny? Oh yeah, it's warm and it's runny. Oh, I love a good warm runny tart. We were just disgusting, but we were teachers, most are. Squares are easier. I know they are, but they're not a tart. They're a square. I'm just sorry I'm a purist on that. He was a farmer, outstanding in his field. Yeah, okay.
Selena's asking what about butter tart is.
Selena doesn't know what
You're
a butter
not
tart
Canadian.
is. I know, she's Australian. How do you describe a butter tart? They're really sweet and runny and gooey. They're made with syrup and sugar and...
So they're usually dark corn syrup. And,
or you can make them with maple syrup too.
Yeah.
And sometimes
they're really, really
sweet.
sweet.
And they're just ambrosia. They're just...
He loves them. I don't mind
tarts.
them, but I find they're a little sweet. But...
Yes, Heidi, butter tarts are gooey and they're sticky and they're good. They're delicious. My grandma
look them up. They're a Canadian thing.
Yeah, they're a Canadian thing. My grandma made tarts that were great. I don't have time for that. Yep. I always had to remake butter tarts before Christmas because I was always diving in the freezer eating them frozen. Yep. I haven't had a butter tart in a while. I've stayed away from them. And I'm very picky about my butter tarts. There are some butter tarts, places I know of that have butter tarts. They look delicious. They're not.
Yeah, we actually went to a place a little while ago, a couple of years ago, actually, that was supposed to have really great butter tarts, and they weren't that great.
What was that place called? Goo Goo's or something?
Yeah, actually, Teresa, butter tart is sort of like a pecan pie, but they're actually pecan pies are not as sweet.
No, and pecan pies have a little bit of a different texture.
Yeah.
Than a butter tart.
But they're sort of similar, I guess.
Selena says, Ozzy, oi, oi, oi.
The butter tart festival lately in the last couple of summers, there seems to be everybody has a butter tart festival.
Yeah. And and enamel butters are so good too. Yeah, my mother used to make those as well. Always kind of liked them. They're really sweet as well, but then the good stuff always is. Kelly's got a video on how to make the butter tart squares, but you must remember, Selena, those are butter tart squares. They shouldn't even have the word tart in them. They are not a butter tart. No. No, 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 no. They're delicious.
I've made
but
them
they're not a butter
the odd
tart.
time. I haven't made them in a long time though.
Yeah, you're right, Debbie. Bought butter tarts are gross. Yeah. Dale says, Stephen, the gingerbread house and the Christmas tree skirt are beautiful. I'm now considering getting a quilting embroidery machine next. You're an enabler, and I certainly don't mind. Yeah, of course I'm an enabler.
Embroidery machines are fun.
They're
I like
fun,
them.
yeah. There's so much you can do with an embroidery machine, you know. They're just not for putting monograms on towels. Diana, hello, Diana. Hello, Texas. My German grandmother used to make tarts of pie crust filled with different fruit fillings. She used mainly strawberry jam. Yep.
Yeah, people do other different, fill them with different things.
But butter tarts are the queen of all tarts. Yes, they are. If butter tarts were hookers, this would be butter tart. If tarts were hookers, then butter tarts are the madams. Well, there's an analogy
I don't know.
Never get out of your head again with that one. So we're going to interrupt our regularly programmed show just to remind you, hit that like button. I only see 31 up there, and there's more of you than that on here.
The city of Nanaimo on Vancouver apparently has a tour, so you can do various bakeries that have the best Nanaimo bars.
Oh, yeah? Well, it's a thing out in BC, but, well, it's a thing.
I've never really cared for Nanaimo bars that much.
Of course you didn't.
They're okay.
Yeah. Teresa, so Stephen, how do you really feel about butter tart squares? Stop pulling about. I like butter tart squares, but they're not a butter tart. They're usually not runny. They're a square. They have their own thing. They're good, but they're not a butter tart. No. Francis says, my mom would make homemade hot buttered rum mix and homemade eggnog for the rum brandy. Yummy and sticky sweet treats, although I didn't drink with the alcohol. You know, one thing I don't really like is eggnog with like brandy or rum in it. And here's why. When I was in teacher's college, for some reason, I drank a lot of brandy Alexanders, which are close to like eggnog with booze in it, okay? And I do remember it was the weekend of graduation, and two of my friends, we were staying at one of my friends' apartments that lived in the university town that I had gone to teacher's college with, and we were staying overnight at her place after graduation. But we all went out with a whole bunch, and we went to a place we used to hang out when we were there doing our teacher education, and we ordered brandy Alexanders. And I don't know how many of those things I had, but I did hurl. Once we got back to her apartment, there were two of us hanging over her balcony. Now, she was up on about the 10th or 12th floor. And spewing. If anybody had been below, oh, what's this? Oh,
light rain.
Oh God, if you've never been sick on a brandy Alexander, it is like horrible.
It's sort of like eggnog with
booze in it.
Booze in it.
And I mean, I still don't mind eggnog. I will get some closer to Christmas time and have a little bit of it, but I will not put booze in it at all. And even that, I only get a small little 1 quart container of it, 1 liter container of it, because too much eggnog. It's just, yeah. My grandmother used to make it, and I don't know how many eggs that woman put in there, but she had a big, huge mix master with the big bowl, and she'd put in probably 24 eggs and 2 gallons of milk in this sucker and everything else, and we drank a lot of eggnog.
You won't be doing that this year with the price of eggs.
No, that's for sure. But she did, and we loved it as kids. Yeah, when Grandma made eggnog. Yep. I don't think she put any booze in her. Well, not when we were kids, she didn't, but...
Cheryl Hogan's looking for a better tart recipe. Has to be Canadian. Well, you can look at them online.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the... Walter made butter tarts once.
I have a recipe for butter tarts. Actually, they did came out.
Yeah, they came out pretty good.
I haven't made them for a while because they're not something that
Callie.
I have to basically make them for him because... I mean, I'll eat the odd one, but I'm not real big on
And when was the last time you made butter tarts?
quite a while ago.
Was it last century?
I'll have to dig up the recipe
Probably.
again and then maybe make some.
Yeah. Adam's here. Hi, Adam. I hope you're behaving. No.
Of course not.
Why
Why would
wouldn't
we
any
be doing
fun?
that?
Well, you want to see people behave, go to another channel. Hi, all. Can't stop laughing. Hope everyone is well. The Empty Nester says. Francis says, my bad drunk was straight tequila on an empty stomach while camping. My adult kids disown me.
No, mine
Jen
was
from Perth. We've been to Perth, Jen. We've been to Perth, Australia.
Mine was many years ago. A restaurant was serving zombies,
Oh, I got really sick on
which
zombies
is
once.
heavy duty rum,
Yeah.
and I was really sick with
Yeah,
it.
there's a reason they call them zombies, because you tend to turn into one with that. Actually, I'll never forget in our old house, many, many years ago, the big craze then was flaming Zambuca with a coffee bean stuck in the top of the glass. And Zambuca is a licorice flavored type of liqueur. And you light them up on fire. You put this coffee bean in the top of the glass, and they're little liqueur glasses, and you light them on fire, and they have a little blue flame for 30 seconds or something like that. So we're doing flaming Zambucas. We had people over for dinner, and I'm getting really pie-eyed with all of this, and I think I maybe have poured some of it on the tablecloth as I'm pouring
We had
glasses.
flaming tablecloth.
And then I lit the flaming Zambuca up, and it went poof right up the tablecloth. That same night, they found me in the guest bathroom with my feet straight up on the wall, kind of passed out. Yeah, I was younger, a lot younger in those days.
Teresa's worst drunk was Bailey's Irish Cream. Well, that'll do it to you.
Yeah. Canadian Living Magazine has a good recipe for butter tarts. Check their website.
Okay.
Baklava.
Baklava is sticky and gooey.
Oh, I like baklava.
It does have a different flavor than butter tarts. It's not butter tarts.
No. But baklava is yum yum. I love baklava. Nice. Slow gin. It's red. That's some bad stuff to get sick on. Ooh. I don't think I've ever had slow gin.
Slow gin fizz.
Slow gin fizz. Yeah, I've heard of that, but I've never
Yeah,
had
usually when you get drunk on something really bad, then you never have it again.
Yeah, that's true. So anyways, Christmas traditions, with all of that kind of stuff. And okay, what about Christmas dinner? Last year, my sister was hosting Christmas dinner, but we were all apprehensive because, COVID had its ugly head up and that kind of thing. My sister went out and she got kits so everybody could test themselves, because she was having her in-laws there as well, and they're older, and we didn't want anybody getting anything. And I was very apprehensive about even going.
Then we found out that one person that was supposed to attend actually came down with COVID.
Yeah.
So.
And so my sister just canceled it all, which I think was the smart move. So now this year, I said to Walter this morning, I don't know what we're going to do. I'm kind of holding out to see if my sister's going to do Christmas, because to be honest, I'm just not into fixing the big dinner and everything like that. I'm in pain for 2 days after I do that. I mean, getting older, I guess. I think I understand now why my mother got out of that habit of doing those things and that too, because it does take a lot out of you. And my sister's younger, so kind of a deal. But I feel a little guilty about that because, we've been over to her place for dinner this year several times, and they haven't really been over here, kind of thing. And then there's Walter's sister and brother-in-law, and Karen, their daughter, and Kenny, their son. And Kenny has a wife and two, daughters. And we could have them over. The only thing I'm a little afraid about is that the girls, although they're being doing online school, they haven't returned to school since COVID started, kind of a thing. And but but you know, the kids right now are spreading these diseases to everybody. And if it's not COVID, it's this RSV or whatever they call it, and the flu and everything like that. I mean, we've had shots coming out of our yin yang in the last while. We're shot up for everything. 5 COVID shots, the flu shot, monkeypox shot. You had a hepatitis B shot. You know, like if a week goes by and you haven't had a shot, it doesn't seem right. I used to be afraid of needles, didn't like them. Hey, no, I don't care. Just jab me with whatever. It's fine. You know, stick it in me. Don't even go there. So I don't know what we're going to do about this. Kind of holding off. But you do have to buy a turkey, you know? Like,
yeah, well, so if we buy a turkey and we don't use it right away.
Well, that's what happened last year.
Yeah.
We had a turkey. We didn't use it until Easter. It froze well. Let's see.
Andy said, have you ever had Long Island iced tea?
Yes, I think I did have one a long time ago, but I don't really remember what it was like. But I did have one, I think. Adam says the most cost-effective cocktail, yeah, as it has so much alcohol in it. Oh, yeah, well, didn't think of that. Cheryl, butter tarts need a pastry base, then cook brown sugar, egg, vanilla, butter, and if desired, raisins and or walnuts. So not too hard, but I can't. I
think there is syrup in there too. Like I think there's used a type of dark corn syrup in it. So.
Yeah, or something like that. But there are different recipes for it. Selena says Christmas dinner here. We have cold meat and salad, pavlova, or cheesecake and ice cream. We drink fruit punch. The hubby and I go to the beach and eat prawns and leftovers. I know that is so different from what we do. Well, we can't go to we could go to the beach, but we'd freeze our tarts off. At that, be a little cold. But yeah, that's why when we did Christmas and New Year's in Australia once, and it's just so weird feeling, but nice. Okay. But
Adam So says they call it a butterscotch tart.
Oh, butterscotch tart here. It was a staple for school dinners. My mom makes.
Well, it must have come from somewhere. Probably from England. So.
Well, it probably did, yes. But we make them better. It's good old Aussie Christmas dinner. Did a whole Greek Christmassy dinner last year for brother and his wife. Moussaka, Greek salad, baklava for dessert. I've always thought too, it might be interesting to do something that was not conventional Christmas dinner. Like something like that would be fun, or Chinese. I don't know, or whatever.
I think turkey's more expensive than it was last year, but everything's been expensive. So I think in relative terms, it's not that bad. So.
Yeah, Selena doesn't like turkey. As a kid, I got sick of turkey because we would have 2 Christmas dinners. We would go to my one grandmother's for Christmas lunch, but that was like a major dinner, and it involved turkey because there had to be turkey. And then we'd go to my other grandmother's that night for Christmas dinner, and there was turkey. And then there was tons of turkey leftovers. And then you had turkey sandwiches. And then you had cold turkey. And then you had hot turkey sandwiches. And then all this kind of stuff. And by the end of the Christmas season, as a kid, I was just sick of bloody turkey. But I like turkey.
Ava Love said Michael Smith has a really yummy brown butter tartar recipe. Is that Michael Smith from Janome, or is that a different Michael Smith?
And there's a YouTube. You can watch you making them. Jen says they have a traditional hot dinner. And Selena says, I would love to have a cold Christmas, all the traditional feast. You'd get over it soon enough. An Indian food dinner would be awesome. Yes, we like Indian food. Having said that, no one in our family knows how to cook it properly, so it's dry and tasteless. Oh, okay. Well, there's a whole art out there and many ways to cook turkey, So, and everybody has their own favorite way of doing it. Adam says, oh, I'm with you on that, Stephanie. We have a turkey crown, honey glazed ham, and lamb. What's a turkey crown? Is that like a turkey breast? Is that what you call a turkey breast? Francis, we've done lasagna and tamales. Each with all of the yummy trimmings for each ethnic type dinner. Oh, lasagna. Oh, another one of my favorite food groups. Brenda says I buy a Costco chicken and call it good. I'm cooking 2 turkey breasts with sides. Oh.
Yeah, I'd prefer though. I like the whole turkey because I
Walter
like
likes his dark
I like
meat.
dark meat.
He
I
likes
don't like
dark
the
meat.
white meat.
I like both. Actually, I lean a little bit more to the dark meat these days and that because I always find the white meat a little dry. Oh, Cheryl says you're doing prime rib dinner delivered. Oh, we'll be over. Turkey crown is just the breast portion. Oh, okay. So that's what we call a turkey breast. Call a turkey crown. Okay. My dad didn't really like turkey, so we'd have anything else. Ham, beef, chicken. We raised our own 25 pounds. Oh, big chicken. Didn't we one year get a capon?
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
ordered a capon.
Yeah, they had a thing from work, and I ordered a capon. That was pretty good.
Nowadays it's a good homemade hamburger and homemade fries. Yep. Sometimes we have jambalaya with sausage, shrimp, and chicken. And I love the wings.
Okay, no, it's a different Michael Smith.
Oh, Michael's best-selling author of 6 cookbooks. Oh, have to look him up. We'll see about that. Guys are making me hungry, and I have no idea what we're having for dinner. So I was going to talk about Black Friday sales, but we already talked about that too.
Yeah.
And I guess we're pretty much near the end of our time. Oh, I make myself Cornish hen for Christmas. Yeah, but Cornish hens, I've had them before years ago. I thought they were very elegant, so I bought them. But they're tiny little things, like they're 2-bite turkeys or 2-bite chickens.
Yeah, Wendy, I have cooked the turkey upside down before.
Yeah, bah humbug. Oh, I think I spelled bah wrong. I put bah as in humbug. I love turkey, so we're making one today. Prime rib will be family dinner Thursday. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you've got Thanksgiving, though, of course, right? And I would have lamb anytime.
I'm not a big lamb fan.
No, I like lamb, but I'm very picky about the lamb.
Can't be lammy.
Can't be lammy. No. Is Michael Smith the Canadian chef? I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I really didn't know of a chef that was Michael Smith.
We'll have to check that out. Hi, Marie. You're just in time. We're leaving. How's the weather? Anywhere from Buffalo? Yeah. No. Well, anyways, guys, I think it's time. So thanks for joining us today. Conversation was great with it. Got us all hungry for sure with that. And yeah, so tune in next week for different videos that we'll have up as well. And have a great week.
Have a good week. Yeah.
Hope you don't get snowed in for those of you that get snow.
Yeah.
And yeah, enjoy. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Goodbye.